Janna, and then have Crash play around that lane with the Nidalee. See if they can snowball against Uzi and Ming. Winning mid lane will
go into the turret and threaten kills so often, but they haven't taken a bottom lane that can do that, and then they haven't built the items to reach that arms race. So they're, in a sense, going to have to use that health advantage from the Dorn Shield to try and get that going. But FENERBAHÇE going for an invade, trying to shake things up.
They feel they need to make something happen early if they can get the upper hand here. Glitter lands through the entire team. Mlxg flashing forward. Already took damage from before. One more shot. First blood gonna come in. It goes to Crash on his jungle Nidalee.
What a smart invade here. No vision from RNG being placed, and they get surprised by how many members show up. Xiaohu gotta be careful.
Gotta be careful. This extends into the laning phase. They may not.
Me game is I'm sitting top lane and farming, and you guys are playing on the other side.
Farm.
Yeah, just let me farm. Mlxg is around mid. There's cleanse for Frozen, and he's very close to his tower, but obviously just getting a summon spell is a small win that could later on give a big advantage.
Yeah, all RNG need to do actually is get the summoner spell out if they then want to go for kill, but he's got to be a little careful. Doesn't have magic resist yet.
Oh, he actually gets pulled into the fight. Flashes on both sides to get himself to safety. Sorry, just
way above the expectations. Looking at the CSDs in the group stage as they go for another game.
Frozen makes his way down. Remember, Cleanse is still there if he wants to bait it in for Crash. Has to try and get it below the minions. They could still get the kill. Crash comes up with another one. Xiaohu standing tall to see if he can get the bounce for the kill, but it's not going to be enough damage. He's just doing what he can. However, Japone now coming into mid lane as Ming enters the fight as well.
That's another one.
Spear is hitting left and right, but I don't know if he's got enough as that idol, but he did get the Aether Wisp first. A little bit of movement speed. But he gets that shield power back in. Ming coming through. Remember, there's a flash and the cleanse now from Frozen, but he is going down fast. They finally answer back in the mid lane. Mlxg and Xiaohu come up.
I mean, there's some serious damage from Mlxg now on this Rekkles side. We are still early on in the game. People will not have armor just yet to defend again.
Yeah, from the looks of it, RNG really want to get Xiaohu going, and now that they have cleanse down, they're going to continue to try and play through this mid lane. Crash trying to defend the turret. There's the flash.
A little too close for comfort. Mlxg over the wall, and it's Xiaohu going to be storm surging through with the damage. A kill onto Crash. He has 2 kills, but now goes down. Fight onto Uzi. Beautiful shield and heal from Ming.
And Mlxg's on the way to the bottom lane. He can tunnel over the wall here.
He's going to have a long way to fight, though.
All summoners up.
Just saying hello.
Man, could not follow through on that one, but Uzi.
FENERBAHÇE to hit the tower and then try and go for a play.
Yeah, 3's a crowd for sure on that bot lane play. Crash is going to actually find Xiaohu. So bot lane should know the rotation of mid means there is something bad coming down to the bot lane. 1907 FENERBAHÇE may not be able to make it out in time. A flash from Japone. He says Wild goes forward to help the team disengage, and he does just that. Beautiful in by Thraldrin. He is in the middle of the fight, but is it too far forward as Letme's trying to get a bite out of Crime? Gets it with the Vorpal spikes to finish the kill. And now they're going to try to pick up a few more. Finally getting something out of that. RNG could open up the game.
Yeah, essentially trying to counter gank whatever FENERBAHÇE was doing bottom lane, but then when they see Crash in the mid lane, they think, why don't we just pull off the gank? They slowly teleport in. Not much reliability with that initial engage, but they still generate the kill onto the Mlxg, and they get the first turn.
And it was the second time they placed that ward in that rush here. Very interesting thing about the meta coming into Worlds, where we have more of these Ardent Sensor late game comps. So even teams that are used to playing very focused around early game and really get a big advantage will have to adapt and change that style a little bit. Like, you can't have Uzi win his lane on this hyper carry with a Janna who needs to just sit it back and farm. You have to then, of course, change a little bit in how you're playing. Now he has a rage play completed, he has full ranks in his W, so Uzi is going to deal some serious damage already at this point.
Yeah, and a deprioritization of Dragon there for RNG ends up netting them. Whether that costs them later, they're basically banking on this not going into an Elder Dragon type game and trying to win before that.
I love the call. I think getting down early towers is so much more valuable when you have scaling champions that need the gold for items. It's a Cloud Drake as well you're giving away, won't affect the scaling on FENERBAHÇE. Down to big late game team fights and these like really big carry performances. Baron Steals was definitely in there as well. They're gonna try and find the support here.
Oh, nice flash there. Japone getting himself to safety. And looks like the wild growth will also keep him a bit average.
Yeah, Uzi always feels his ability to outplay with QSS will trump anything else. I think from a math perspective, the Wit's End would have been the correct choice here because he would have gotten the magic resist, has the protection of the Janna, and then also would have done more damage, but you can definitely understand the logic.
Back to the Baron.
Yeah, and that's a great point, Riv, how they have the Realm Warp that has not been utilized, and you can pull off a bunch of stuff, moving from top turret to Baron to really change the state of the game. They're going to use it to try and kill Frozen.
Flash and flash, there is the Realm Warp, they use it. Frozen goes down, and Uzi gets on the board with a kill. Oh, Japone gonna get chomped down here. Wild growth is there.
Pretty
Looks like
low.
He's gonna use it to stuff himself. Oh, the shot coming in. Uzi's gonna get himself another one very fast, and this is that second tier.
Yeah.
They need to start pushing.
And Padden has opted to try and race mid lane. He might be able to trade a turret, but losing control of this side of the map endangers Baron even more because this is exactly the range. From about where Xiaohu is now to Baron Pit is the max Realm Warp range, so they have so much more ground to play with when they try and force Baron. But this trade actually isn't ending. They're going to lose the inhibitor.
Yeah, because Padden is still pushing right now. They know exactly where they're going for more.
If they can take out Thaldrin, this is going to be very bad. The tankiest one in the team is actually going down very fast. Is RNG are putting some finishing touches on the top side inhibitor. Looks like they'll exit Abs with this as no other lanes are pushed. But what a play.
1907 FENERBAHÇE. Bot lane right now, Thaldrin is potentially overextended.
No flash. Just got to get the knockout.
This is the Bramble Smash on Letme, which means he's silenced. He's knocked up from the Rupture. He tries to keep him in range long enough, but Letme is base.
They're going for the kills instead and going for turrets.
And you call for those Rise ultis. We just saw two of them, one top lane, now one bot lane, bringing more members. They're getting more.
That's big. Letme just tanking Crash low. Wild growth is on. That means Padden doesn't have the save, but he's still trying to step forward. Always seeing Padden trying to make the move, but they may be too far behind now. The second tier going down, finds himself back to the back line, but still.
The enemy jungler is down, and their Cho'Gath's feast is up, are going straight for Baron.
Frozen is alive. He's done this before. The Syndra combo will deal more damage than a Smite. But as you said, Jet, not more than Feast and Smite combined.
There it is. Wow, that went down very fast. A very quick back from the Baron empowered RNG. And it looks like they'll be back to play very.
He went heavily in favor of RNG. He was actually stalling out, and there were chances FENERBAHÇE was getting back in the game, but after the kill in top and then now the kill in the...
Even throughout the game, if they weren't the one to be on the top side of that judgment, that snap judgment, then they would fall behind and have trouble
Oh,
back
the escape.
Beautifully done by Xiaohu. Throwing the okey doke over to 1907 FENERBAHÇE, gets himself out, and they're going to head down up towards the mid lane rather. 35 minutes coming up on the clock, very close to that average time here for Royal Never Give Up as they try to put the damage down onto Thaldrin, but he is just healing back and forth as well from Crash to get those heals in, but it looks like they will stay for the inhibitor.
And right back to full HP with the redemption coming in. They will take this one down as well. RNG are looking very strong at the moment. Uzi is so strong here in the late game, and same for Xiaohu, honestly, so both carries able to win team fights for their team.
Yeah, knowing the exact inhib timing as well, RNG move over there to pick it up. 2 inhibs cycled, can still go for the third because they have plenty of Baron left, about a minute of it. So as you said, Deficio just completely taking this game for themselves in the last 8 minutes or so after what was a very slow start.
Inhibitors falling slowly, but I don't know if Frozen's going to try to get in. He went very low there. A Rupture into Uzi damage would mean Frozen's out of the fight immediately. And it looks like they have to back off and get the heal in for Frozen before that minion wave gets there.
And we just saw Pat get a few hits on Letme right there. It barely did anything to the Cho'Gath, and this is the kind of problem for FENERBAHÇE. They gotta kill Letme fast so they can actually get further on and get to the back line of RNG, but this Cho'Gath will just not die.
And Thaldrin will, he's way ahead of the team. Oh, they're on Uzi!
They're on Uzi. Uzi gets that cleanse. That's the unleashed power. He stays alive. The shields come through.
Gotta heal.
Stays alive from the bomb as well. RNG, however, have to pull back. Padden has the damage. Padden could have a Whimsy to speed up. He's only got Letme to hit, though. Mlxg could be able to stop them to use that Guardian Aid. You can see they were kind of considering it. He's like, no, heal me. Do it. That bomb's going off. And they are on the same page all across the board right now. Terrifying to see that come through. Crash could be the first one going down here, as that is what RNG is doing right into the front side of the base for 1907 Fenerbahçe. 8-2 here, 37.5 minutes in with a 10,000 gold lead. It's just 5 members of 1907 Fenerbahçe that stand between RNG and the Nexus now.
Mortal Reminder is now ready for Padden here. He will get the heal from Crash as well to further buff his attack speed. There will be the Lulu Arc sensor, but he needs to have time to actually hit someone. RNG, more than happy to dancing in and out of these
Waiting
team
for the
fights.
minions.
Yeah, with 3 inhibitors down, it's double super minions in every single wave, so they can most likely push through this even without the Baron. They're just going to hit the turrets and force 1907 Bocce to fight him. If they don't fight him, the Nexus is going to die.
Letme tanking, but not for long. The turrets fall even faster. Crash goes down. A few shots from Uzi. Uzi's dead. Scat of the week goes down right at the end by Frozen. They may have to back up. Nature's grabs come through. A few hugs here for RNG, and they should be able to drop Letme. He may even say, I'm going down for the team, but wait, they stay. Mlxg on the side. Xiaohu on the right, trying to spit in the damage from the machine gun mage, and they are able to tear down 1907 Fenerbahçe, where they stand in their base. A 13-3 scoreline, and the Nexus for RNG as they start off their 2017 Worlds run with a victory.
38 minutes, 42 seconds. You may say it took them too long, but that's very close to their average game time throughout the LPL team. This team took gold runes on the Janna. They played for late. They even got first